All right. Y'all know what time it is. You see the title. You see the logo. You see who's involved. It's Ball O'Clock, man. You know what it is. I'm your host, Randy. This is the first time I ever said my name, by the way, publicly on the podcast. This is the R&D podcast. I'm here with some good friends of mine. I'm here with Rich.
What's going on?
I'm here with Ryan.
Back again. Shout out my nigga Troops.
And I'm here with James.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? All right, let's get right to it, man. First I want to say, if you lost money because you listen to the podcast, this is not my problem. It's not my problem. And you know, the government has you. You got your stimulus check. Hopefully, that's it. Got to keep rolling. Man. All right. That's what it is, man. All right. First game that we got to cover. Let's just go. Should we just go to like the upset? So we just start with the Juve Porto.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest upset of the round of Champions League.
We laughed
easily.
Porto out of the room.
Especially me. Me as a fan of Juventus historically, like I've always fucked with them. I was hurt. And yo, as a Colombian too, Cuadrado was balling in that game. He was doing everything. He was playing wing. He was playing center. Right. He was leading the line at one point. He was on the left. He was on the right. I'm like, yo, play like this with Colombia, B. And then, yo, when he hit the crossbar,
oh my god, with the left,
that shot, oh my god, I was like, yo,
what got me about that tie was how like Ronaldo really didn't show up when they needed him.
Was it
when they needed him?
Do you think?
No, he just looked shaky.
I was giving some good service.
Super good balls in the box, but he just looked shaky. Like he would get the ball and like his first touch would be off, or he was too in his head. Like balls, like even in midfield, he would get, and I'm like, yo, you losing possession, bro. Like you're still a pretty physical, dominant player.
Did you feel like while watching it, like you knew, like eventually he was just gonna?
I always thought like, yo, he's gonna come around, get a header out of nowhere,
and
never
like,
happened.
That magical moment that
it just never clicked for him, and I was just like, what happened? Chelsea fucking did more.
He balled.
He's nice.
He's nasty. I think he's like their top scorer, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think Ronaldo's still a top scorer, and
or like
Ronaldo's
in the last couple of games, I think he's been scoring.
He scored some crucial goals in a lot of the last big games, especially in Europe. But yeah, man, that game, and like, yo, shouts out to Pepe. He had a point to prove for being written off after he got let go from Real Madrid.
He turned back the clock.
He turned back the clock. He was on crud.
He got another
eyes
number,
split
man.
open. He was just warrior mode. You got to give it to him. But homeboy, who was really nice on that team?
That's what I'm gonna say. Like, who was it? We didn't expect anybody to turn up.
Balled out too, though.
Uribe's dope, bro.
Uribe balled out. Corona played well. No, what was the one player?
Sergio Oliveira, the guy that kicked the free kick.
Yeah, but Oliveira was playing good.
Wait, that was the Wall's fault. Like when I've been watching soccer, Walls be jumping all sideways. Like they don't jump straight up and actually make it a wall.
And Juve didn't put anyone under the wall. Yeah. A lot of teams. Arsenal's been doing it.
So weird. It looks so funny.
It looks so funny. It looks silly.
like
but then look at this. Like, yo, what does it cost? You have one player who's just like in no man's land, marking a man who's probably not gonna get the rebound.
Right.
Put a young player under there. Like, whatever. Just block it, because that's the difference of inches. Cuadrado's shot, inches, and a player under the wall, it's a completely different tie.
Yeah. That's only been done recently though, right? Like it hasn't really been a thing.
Yeah, like the past couple of years, it hasn't.
It's been more frequent.
Kicking under the wall?
No, putting somebody in case somebody tries to go under the wall.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it was sloppy though, bro. Like Ronaldo kind of like just like backed away. He didn't want the contact of the ball.
Yeah.
Nobody in the wall wanted that contact. And it's like, how are you going to fucking...
Yeah, he did. He did it. He definitely... There's a video where he like just turns. And
everybody turned. That whole wall, everybody turned sideways. Like.
But the other thing is just like, as much as I have a soft spot for Juventus, fucking the coaching was shaky. Pirlo, it don't look like he's able to develop that much of a personality to the squad. And aside from Chelsea and Cuadrado like stepping up, the other players in Juve haven't like stepped up, and that like says a lot. Ronaldo, it's like, yo, a lot was spent on him, a lot is expected of him. He didn't step up. So who else did they really have? Right. Dybala, as much as it pains me, he's injured, but he's been shaky even before the injury, not getting constant runs in the team.
It's a good point.
And like, who else do they really have?
Well, but what is this team missing? Look at the lineup. I mean, look at who they have. I mean, what do they really? Is it they're missing something, or is it like they don't have the energy? Like because as far as players go, quality players, they have that.
What they need is a defensive midi that just breaks a play because they have straight box to box midfielders.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur, Rabiot, Ramsey. They don't have that guy who's gonna do the dirty work. They just have guys who just run up
and just dish it quickly.
They don't have.
They have the guys that'll find it and take it to the other box, but then they want to lay it off to someone. Yeah, because Ramsey's done that, and Rabiot plays well, but he's not that decider that's going to consistently play that one way. But you have an excellent point. Like their mentality is box to box. Like I'm going to take the ball that way, and if you don't have someone else who's dishing it off or putting that slick one-touch pass. And I guess that's what I was saying. It's just like there's no personality to it because Ramsey, his runs are still great in the box, but if there is no fluid system that he can break and make that darting run, he also disappears. I forgot Ramsey was on there.
I forgot.
And it's a shame because Ramsey, he is a quality player when he shows up. His problem has always been consistency. We know that.
I feel like we're not talking about Porto enough. They won the tie.
Yeah. But they weathered.
We still don't respect.
But the thing is that they weathered the storm because Juve had a lot of the possession, and Juve was not. They weren't getting chances. It was just a lot of the creativity was lacking. Like aside from Cuadrado, really a lot of that creativity was lacking. So Porto just like battened down the hatches and just like defensively, like Pepe, just like anything.
That speaks to the previous point I brought up on the last episode where I say like Ronaldo makes shit happen by himself. He doesn't need that creativity. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It wasn't his day. It wasn't his day.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Didn't turn up.
Yeah. So shout out to all the Porto fans, man.
Should we say
on a red card too?
On a red card, they were down a player and they held in there. You have to respect it.
That was like That was Tuesday, right? I think that was Tuesday. That was a great day.
They were saying, one last point. They were saying that Luis Diaz, when he came in, he impacted the game.
Super.
Cuadrado couldn't get as advanced as he wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he kind of knew, right?
Yeah, he knew
how
that
to work him.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, shout out Luis Diaz.
Shout out all
the Colombian players in that fixture. Uribe, Cuadrado, Diaz.
In case you haven't,
and none of them would have been called up.
Here. In case you don't know,
you heard? I said none of them would have been called up to this next round of qualifiers.
Shameful.
All right, next, PSG Barcelona. We told you.
Crazy.
Yeah, all you have to say is Dembele. Like,
oh my God, he had so many chances.
He ate like 4 goals in the first 20 minutes.
Nah, you're not even exaggerating.
If he would have converted
bombing
two
down
of them,
the left,
it could have been a totally different game.
And he just got there so quick. He would get into the box, step over, get past his defender, and then just like...
It's just like brain freeze.
Yeah. Like, it's not like mentally he didn't know what he wanted to do. Like,
I don't think he ever had that end product.
Physically, it's like it just didn't come naturally.
Dortmund?
Yeah, it just didn't come naturally. He would just cut down and he could get past his player. He'd find the right angle to force the run towards the box, towards the penalty area. But just the natural, like, I know that I'm going to finish this way. That's why I'm starting to move. It just isn't there.
Yeah.
And he's had a lot of injuries, so he's never had that fluid. But still, like, that's just something you have or you don't.
That skill, you never
that's
lose
just
that
something you have or you don't. Like, it's just
you're either
mentally.
clinical or you're not.
Yeah, and it's just shameful because
real
they needed that. Yes, that's a very good comparison. And they needed that because Barca came out looking good. They came out attacking. PSG was sitting back, and we're talking about the second leg because in the first leg. In the first leg, it was the Mbappe show. It was the Mbappe show.
It's like he knew,
ridiculous.
man. It's like he knew that because Neymar wasn't there, he had to step up, and he did it. It was nuts.
Was this his official introduction? Like, I'm the man now, because Ronaldo and Messi, it's like curtains closing on the career.
That's a cool way to look at it.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah. Damn, bro.
But it was hard. That's easy to say because Neymar was injured. So I don't know if you look at it that way. Like Neymar is injured, another star player on your team, so you step up, or it's just like, yo, it's your time. Neymar? It's your time
he coexisted, like killing. By the way, he just coexisted under two of the greatest players ever in their prime. So as great as he is individually, he never got that time to be the man by himself. And now he's what? 20s,
he's probably 29, probably.
29.
Neymar?
He has to be like.
And injuries has plagued him, and it looks like it's Mbappe's time now, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh, could be.
No, but that game he played wonderfully in the first leg. Mbappe was just killing them.
The last goal.
Yeah, he just
Oh, the
knew.
last
It's
goal.
like I feel like in the first leg, Mbappe had another gear he didn't even tap into. He looked relaxed. He looked relaxed on
Yeah.
like just getting past him, and I think that just goes to show how lacking Barca is as far as like depth and like having like they're struggling in the that was in the round of 16.
Yeah. Exactly what we spoke on in the
winded.
last episode.
That's right,
how
yeah.
they just didn't have enough. They were overly reliant on Messi, and you see what happens.
Yo,
Even
that
though
video-
PSG is a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look balanced too.
Yeah.
They look super balanced. Like the midfield look balanced, the defensive line look balanced. Marquinhos is underrated. Ever since Thiago Silva left, is like Marquinhos is also was a big part of like the dominance that they've had in League On. But that clip of PK where he's just like
Oh, when he was like yelling, he was just like,
Oh yeah.
and then
waves and waves and waves of
and
attack,
Griezmann
and
was
we're
like,
just here
chill,
shitting
yeah.
ourselves. And he's just like, "What do you fucking mean, chill, bro? Like we're getting
With Griezmann.
Yeah,
was
like he
like,
was
chill,
pressing
yeah.
too. He was pressing too. Like,
hurt. They were hurt.
they were
back
hurt, man.
there.
What do you think happens with Messi now?
I think he's staying.
You think he's staying?
Yeah.
I think he's out.
I think he's staying because the new president came in. It's not like the old regime, so I feel like
And also, Messi likes to be comfortable. He's always liked to be comfortable. So, like, that's why people think that he goes to City. He'll go to City and he'll be comfortable there.
I don't want him to go there because it's kind of like.
But he likes to be comfortable. He doesn't want to have to,
He
like,
can't be comfortable in the Prem.
right.
He needs
But,
to go,
but that's
like,
why he would go to City.
Go somewhere.
No.
Go to like Qatar or Dubai, where where Xavi went, or like Cazorla went.
If he still wants to be great and competitive, he'll go to the Prem.
Bro, he doesn't have to do anything
no,
more.
the Prem. No, he doesn't. But the Prem.
Only thing he could do now is tarnish his legacy a little bit. He can go
That's
out.
unfair
Do you
to
feel
say.
like I don't want to go on a tangent, but like, do you feel like he kind of has already a little bit?
Has what?
been-
Tarnish his
a
legacy?
little
No,
bit.
I don't think so.
Nah?
I don't
No.
think so.
All right, a little bit.
The club mismanaged. The club mismanaged that.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
The
bro.
only thing you can say is that he didn't will Argentina to a major tournament.
And
Yeah,
he-
we're going off with a tangent now.
No, I don't want to
didn't-
go too much. Yeah,
because-
that's a hot topic. and it's
Because
kinda touchy,
Ronaldo
yeah.
did.
That's right.
Because
I mean,
Ronaldo did.
bro, listen. If I'm gonna tell you this way,
That's
if he
the only
does
thing.
go to City, he's not gonna go. He could want to win the Prem, sure, but he's gonna go to win a Champions League, which he hasn't done in how many years?
Since like
13.
And how many did Ronaldo win in the meantime?
4.
Yeah.
4?
So it's like I don't know. It really depends how you
3.
look at it.
Not 4 because they won 3 in a row, and then Barca won the year before that, and then they won. They won
Right,
the
so
year before
Barca won that 13 one.
Well, I'm talking about like Ronaldo. Like how many times did Ronaldo won? But compared to each
that.
other,
4 or 5.
Ronaldo won maybe like
Nah, he
four.
won 4 with Real and 1 with Man U.
Oh,
When they beat us in the
Yeah.
The
Like
treble
in
season.
total.
Yep.
in
Trouble.
total, yeah.
John Terry
The
slip.
slip.
Anyway, all right. Let's move to the next tie. Real Madrid Atalanta. So yeah, that was one. That one was,
It was
a
mixed.
tricky
It was
one. Yeah, it was mixed. Like we all had different predictions, but the
I knew
Real
Real was gonna
pick,
pull through.
Yeah,
I knew Real was
I'ma
gonna pull
tell
through.
you-
Like they just had the players that just showed up. They had the experience. Like people still shit on Benzema, and he's been super consistent.
I mean, with that service, bro.
And Modric is still playing. Like I seen something where they're just like, "Yo, Xavi and Iniesta were amazing, and they played until they were much older." But like, look at Modric and Cruz. Like they're still like they. I feel like they've been able to pace themselves, and that's like maybe a point that I was trying to get at that I couldn't verbalize. I feel like Real in the Champions League, they know how to pace themselves.
sure. Yeah,
Like because they haven't been able to just be consistent in the league, but they've been consistent in Champions.
I mean,
So
when
it's
you
like
have
they know how to
3
turn it on.
squads, when you have 3 squads, you can rotate and shit.
Yeah, but they have a lot of those squads, but Cruz and Modric are still like the metronome that like
Yeah.
Cruz, Modric, and Benzema are like the consistent figures in that squad, and they're just like, all right, we'll let the young players like Vasquez or fucking Mendy like run and defend and do whatever tactical stuff, but then like they just turn it on when they need to turn it on, and and Atalanta's not an easy team to play against. They're a high paced team. They have an engine. They have a point to prove, and Real would just weather the storm.
Yo, I have a question for you. Do you think the first leg, the red card so early, that if that didn't happen, that would have changed the whole tie?
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah,
Wait, but do you think that was a red card?
I don't remember the play.
Let me try to.
It
Should I
was-
try to pull it up?
It was when he wasn't really the last defender. He took a little touch to the left. He wasn't really the last defender. There was another defender to the side.
Those are
I mean,
always testy to say, man.
was it reviewed by VAR?
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
VAR does not review nothing. They just chill. Like
That's a whole nother topic.
The last defender red card is always tricky to say because sometimes when it's clear as day, it's like, yeah, that should be a red card. But then in other times you have to question like what the defender was looking at. Did he know he was the last defender? Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It's denying of a clear goal scoring opportunity.
Right.
But I still didn't feel like it was really a goal scoring chance because he kind of.
Was that it? Was that?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man,
that to me that's a yellow because there's a defender right there, and the touch.
Right, there's another defender there.
And the touch, he kind of took it away from the goal, so I feel like it wasn't a really goal scoring chance. So I feel like that was a yellow.
That's what I'm saying. It gets into how you perceive it because you could say, yeah, it's a red. Yeah, it was a goal scoring opportunity. And other times people are like, yo, I'm the last player. I'm the last offensive player. I'm just going to keep the ball in the opposition's area until I get support. But if I get fouled, yo, I'm the last offender and I have a chance on goal. It's very it's very hard to say.
The fact that you do that like doesn't sit right with me, but it's the game. It's the game.
Right.
It's like there's rules, right? Which are black and white, but they're open to interpretation. Right?
Yeah.
So and then when they're open to interpretation, there's no consistency in the interpretation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which leads to debate.
That's right.
And also, Zapata had chances.
Not in the first leg, in the second leg. Because he came off injured, but the second leg he had some chances. But
you know who had chances and like didn't capitalize? Vinicius. He's not.
Oh yeah,
dude, he's not a good finisher.
That run,
he's like Dembele. Like that run was insane. He just chewing up players.
He makes good runs. I think he has to work on his finishing for sure.
Next year, he should just work on finishing. Don't even work on your dribbling anymore because you already got that down pat. And you're Brazilian, so you already have that down pat. Just work on your finishing.
But they're a young team. It showed. Yeah. Like that's where experience comes in. Like that's another testament to like I was saying, Real Madrid. Like that's in their DNA.
Yeah.
You know, you're the last defender. Don't give up a silly foul. Right. And they have fucking Sergio Ramos, who has like more red cards than some people have. Fucking country caps in their career. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
he also has a ton of goals too.
Yeah.
He scored.
Hey, he scored a penalty. So I knew that was gonna pull through.
All right, next time. Bayern Lazio. Exactly. Listen, man. They're dominant, man. They're a force to be reckoned with. I don't know.
They score from all over. They score from all over.
The fuck they want. Yeah.
It's not Mueller.
And
it's Lewandowski, obviously. If it's not Lewandowski, Sané's making insane runs.
Exactly what I was going to say. Like, they have a clear star man, right? They have a star man, a target man.
Makes ridiculous goals.
Killer.
Too. Yeah.
But they don't rely on him.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
That's really good point. Yeah.
It's kind of like the point that I made with Barcelona. Of the ball,
that he's scoring and they don't rely on it, like you said.
Right. But he's clearly the man because he's head and shoulders above everyone else with his production. But they don't rely on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna.
It's a killer squad.
Anyone's gonna have a tough time with that team, and they're young.
Yeah, I have a question for you. You think Lewandowski's the best striker in the world
right now?
Yeah, right now.
I think you have to say yeah.
Yeah, you have to like
top three.
What Ryan just said. Like you have to. His production is there. Like he gets a whiff of the ball. It's a strange comparison for y'all if y'all don't watch MLS to make, but for me as a Red Bulls fan, like Bradley Wright Phillips was like that. He would like get a whiff of the ball and score it, and you would be like, yo, we were doing nothing in the whole game. He's like another striker that I'd be like, how did he score that? Yeah. He'll turn around and pivot and just score, and after a while it's like that's what he does. That's his game. Job. That's a striker's job. Like I've seen him score between people's legs, and that's what Lewandowski does. You see some goals where you're just like, bro, he brought it down on his chest. Pivoted 360, weak foot, corner, and you're like, I'm not surprised. That's just his game. Like he's just super clinical.
He's like the last dying breed of an old school nine.
Yeah, just imposing. Like you give it wherever, header,
like a true nine.
Yeah, a true nine.
Left foot, bang it. Right foot, bang it.
Like Holland is like that.
Oh, and that brings us right to the next tie.
Yeah,
dude, you guys.
Yo, he is a machine.
He is a machine. He is. He just looks like he wants to run over people.
I just look at him and remember Rocky with Drago.
Yeah.
I think that's him.
He dies.
He's really a machine.
He is, dude.
You know something? It's like
Like sometimes he gets the ball and like just his momentum will push the ball forward. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it'll hit his knee or his shin and the ball just drives forward with him. It's insane. And like he knows it's gonna happen. He knows if the ball like ricochets between me and you, I'm pushing this ball past you and past the person behind you. And then the beautiful thing about him, and I think that's the genius of his game, is that he keeps his runs going. Yeah. He doesn't stop.
That's a really good point.
He keeps his runs going,
Very
so
powerful
he'll have the tap in. Like he just like that. Yeah. He just always continues his runs, and it's just like he knows what he's doing. It's like what we said Dembele was lacking, or Vinicius Jr. is lacking. He isn't lacking. He has that killer instinct and knows like I am gonna get this goal because I'm going to put myself in this position. I feel like those other players depend on that. Like, I know I could dribble past you, but then I don't know what's going to happen.
That's baby Zlatan right there.
Yeah. Yep. He's a monster.
He's really fast.
He's just not a dickhead.
So fast.
He's really fast. Like for a tall guy, like you wouldn't.
He has like those strides.
Like
he just takes 2 steps and he's already like 2-3 meters ahead of the defender.
The one weakness in his game is like his heading. Like he's too tall. His heading.
Oh, heading. Oh.
I don't think we've seen him in those positions enough. He's just so good that he's just always in the right position to score with his feet.
Yeah. Like, he's smart. He's a smart. I think, like you said, like Lewandowski is a traditional number 9, but Haaland is like someone who's still got that like killer instinct and knows what to do, knows how to open it up. Like even that one, that first touch where he just opens his body up. Yeah. I said it, bro. I knew, even though Dortmund, we were talking a lot about in the last episode, Dortmund are like shaking the league. In Champions League, they just step up, and Haaland is a big game player, and he steps up.
How old is
he? He's got to be like
19, 20?
Yeah, he plays for Norway. Yeah. I was telling you, Rich, I saw that one game in Norway where he scored 9 goals. He could have scored 12. He missed a bunch of chances. Not missed, but like they just didn't connect.
You know, he was the captain of Norway, though, right?
Odegaard. He just got that. Right. Yeah. They got some talent.
I don't know if you saw, like, I remember last year when he scored against PSG, when he kicked the ball, and I thought he was going to break the net.
Oh, yeah.
That was...
like he hit it with that force.
So hard. And I was like, this...
And Sevilla played well. Like, they had their players. It's just, I think...
They had chances.
They had chances, yeah. I just think Haaland, like I said, carried that team. I'm a big fan of his. He wins me over a lot with his play.
Is he next? Like as
Absolutely.
Far as, yeah.
Absolutely. I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
How we brought up like Mbappe, like the guys that are like next up to like, he's one of them. And you're seeing it now at such a young age. It's crazy, like how dominant he is already.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shit. He has that winning mentality, like that drive.
Yeah.
That takes you above, kind of like that like Ronaldo gene.
Right.
Like, you can tell he's like his aura. He has a winning aura. Mm-hmm. He's a winning aura.
Where was he before Dortmund?
He was Salzburg.
Red Bull Salzburg.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Red Bull has a dope like development.
Yeah.
Globally.
Most Germans team do. They invest a lot in their youth program.
I just seen they have a team in Brazil.
Yeah.
Red Bull. I'm like, damn.
They have a global system.
Yeah.
That's and then the first division in Brazil too. So Leipzig is gonna be a team to watch like next couple of years.
Next couple of years.
And I thought, that leads us into Liverpool, right?
That leads us into Liverpool versus RB Leipzig. Perfect transition, Rich. Thank you. And, speaking of winning mentality, Liverpool, man, they lose Jordan Henderson. They lose all their center backs, and still they somehow pull it off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they win the first one, 2-0, cool. But then they get more injuries, and I'm thinking, all right, Leipzig's going to come back. They're going to do something. And no, they didn't.
I was disappointed with their performance because usually they've done well because that system but Liverpool just they put their eggs in that basket, and they lost Henderson in a derby too at center back.
This also goes to like remember when I mentioned how league form goes completely out the window when it comes to like these knockout competitions.
Yeah.
Liverpool still has that pedigree, like
they do.
They're doing shit in the league. But in Champions League, like they that switch clicks,
Yeah, I blame you honestly for us not picking Liverpool last time. Yeah. You didn't push back enough, Ryan.
I was like, I brought it up and I was like, you're right. Probably.
I thought the youth of Leipzig and the hunger for it would give them a chance. But now you're right. What I gave credit to Real, like you said, they just in knockout competitions, they know how to, especially Liverpool historically in the Champions League.
Speaks to the style though, because I think what hurts Liverpool in the Prem. Besides that, they don't have Van Dijk, but that's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
All right,
there's a
wait.
specific style of attack that exploits that. Leipzig wasn't able to do that.
No, like when Chelsea played Liverpool, like we were going over the top because they play such a high line that you could get balls over the top.
Yeah.
And Leipzig, that's not their forte.
Right.
I was surprised. What do you think about Thiago's introduction to Liverpool this year?
I've been underwhelmed. People have been singing his praises. I've been underwhelmed. I don't think he fits.
I
He
think
may fit.
He's good
Hold
enough
on.
to fit anywhere.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Like, what do you guys want him to do? Come in and start banging goals?
Yeah.
What do you want? That's
No. It's just, you know what it is? He has his own style of play, and it looks like, when I watch him play, it looks like he slows him down a little bit.
Oof, great point. I would agree.
A
'cause
little
I
bit.
thought the
Like,
same
but that's
thing.
his style.
But that's his. He's a traditional.
That's right,
He's
yeah.
a traditional midfield player, and Liverpool for the last few years they haven't had that. It's been the back line
Ronaldo.
being so solid. Get it to the front line. Because 1v1, their front line was destroying anyone in Europe.
that was that
anyone
old
in
traditional Liverpool style of play. Like, they just boot it up.
Yeah.
Like, that was like a thing. But now they actually, you can
play-
play
and-
And
the
because
style.
they have arguably the best outside back duo in the world with Trent and Robinson.
Very arguable.
They can switch the play so quickly. Like, it's just so normal for their style. Like, Trent will look at Robinson
ping
and
it.
be like, yo, I'm gonna send it to you through 3 defenders, and they just do it. So I think that when you switch to play like that, that's when the front line's like, okay, I'm taking this 1v1 run. And with Thiago coming in, it's just like, oh, well, we might have to play through the middle.
Yeah.
And Thiago takes his time and he looks for that. So now you have players who are normally making their runs looking backwards with their back to goal, and it slows down their style of play because they were high line press and like straight into attack. And it I mean, maybe that for the future it's worked, but it's because like Wijnaldum isn't one of those like silky players. He's just like he's a box to box.
He gets stuck in.
Fabinho.
I think
defensive player.
I think he needs Fabinho.
They've been playing
No,
him
he's
they've
a
been playing him as
defensive
center back,
player.
though.
Yeah, and they were playing him as a center back. But and then Henderson was the one that was just like, no, this is when we boot it out. No, don't boot it out. Give us a rest. So they never had that midfield metronome
Right.
that Thiago is that he comes in to do. And like they haven't even played him centrally. Sometimes he plays in the middle on the right. Sometimes he's played in the middle on the left. And I think it's unfortunately hurt their style, coupled with the massive injuries to both center backs. Twice over. They completely lost all 4 options that they had at center back, which is I don't know. I think that's just how lucky they were to
With
win
that firepower,
last season.
when that front 3 clicks,
It's goals on
that
goals on goals.
midfield, that shit don't matter.
But that's
true.
Yeah,
That front three's not clicking though.
that's
When it does.
you live by the sword, you die
When it
by the
does.
sword.
I hate Firmino. I hate Firmino, by the way.
I think it's time that they
Bobby
move on from
Chompers.
Firmino. I think it's
They
time
should.
they should.
Bobby
They should.
Veneers.
Yeah, they should.
They need like a Benzema.
Like a
A Benzema, like a person who
somebody who has that presence up top.
presence up top and could move the ball because Firmino's not doing that.
I don't know, man.
He was.
He
though.
was,
He
though.
was. He just isn't.
But
not
he was
informed.
coming. But he was coming in the midfield.
He was coming
to do it.
deep. Well,
He
like
was
my
coming
point,
deep.
because there was no one in the midfield. Firmino would drag that central defender down into the midfield, and you have 2 of the best wide players in the world bombing down the wings. They're like, "Yo, what do we do? Do we double up on one of them? Do we follow the striker who's gonna lay it off and like find them?"
Yeah.
And it just hasn't happened. I mean, it's unfair to say to Firmino because just like Benzema has been ruled out and he always comes back and proves people wrong. Firmino could have a great year next season, or Firmino could click on in this next round. We don't know. You know what I mean? We never know. These are world class international players. Like Firmino's the starting number 9 for Brazil still. You know what I mean? Like, I don't bang with Brazil, but you got to give it some respect.
Yeah,
Like,
you
no one isn't just the number 9 for Brazil.
For
But-
sure. All right. Next tie. Man City, Mönchengladbach. And,
They
Light
went
work.
right back to Germany.
Johann Sebastian.
yo, can we, just to talk about City a little bit, right? Phil Foden.
He's nasty.
Yo,
We gotta
I told
give it
you
to him.
he is the best young player.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Is he England's brightest young star?
Yeah,
Yes.
by far.
Yeah.
Better
Yeah.
than Bukayo Saka.
But
Yes.
you know what it is? And it pains me to say as an Arsenal player, like watching that, he knows what he's supposed to do. And he
And he does
like,
it very well.
Yeah.
I give him credit. In his position, like that, a position that's being lost, that creator, and for his age, his vision
he
and
just
his
knows that he-
positional awareness is crazy. But Soccer could play like 5 positions, and
All
he
right,
does them all well.
Let's not stray too far from the main point. But like I mentioned Phil Foden because I think in the second leg he gave that crazy pass to Gundogan.
Oh God,
It was like that
Phil.
insane through ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what the
He's
fuck?
got balls. Like
Yeah.
he plays.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. He's on City and he's just like, yo, I could just keep my head down. Like no, he earns his
Yeah.
spot. It's dope. It's dope to see. And yeah, I think he by far is. He could be. I think what he needs to develop now is just that leadership mentality, like to take on. But he's not going to get that at City because City's such a balanced team that they don't really need that. But if he could do that in England on the squad and say like, yo,
But
this is how we're playing. Give me the ball. I think.
look at De Bruyne. He
He
would
learned
you
from
consider him a leader?
No.
I think he leads by example.
But yeah, he
That's
leads
what
by
I was gonna
example.
say for like Foden.
Yeah.
He's not gonna like rile up the troops. He's just
Yeah,
gonna be like,
no,
yo, just
no.
follow what I'm
That's
doing.
But on
right, yeah.
England, I think that's what they're going to need, and
I don't
that's
think he has that.
He's not going to do it. He's too young.
I think that's what he could develop. Is what I'm
in
saying.
the future?
Wait, who's the
Okay.
captain for England?
Probably like
Henderson.
Oh, Maguire.
Henderson.
Oh, Maguire.
one of those.
I mean Henderson. Yeah.
Yeah, Henderson.
This goal by De Bruyne, though, man.
Oh, he's a rocket.
Jesus.
When De
Christ.
Bruyne's
the
on,
first goal in
he's-
the second leg.
De Bruyne's like Holland. Like he's just a specimen.
Both legs.
Yeah.
Left
I
foot.
still
left
don't know
foot.
if he's left
Right.
foot or right foot.
Yeah, he's just a
because he's
don't
so
know either.
nasty.
We'll never know.
He's ridiculous.
He's fuck. Oh my god.
That's the
dude.
best.
The way
coach in
he
the
the
world.
way he can strike the ball so like cleanly with no
clean.
backlift.
Yeah,
with no
clean.
backlift.
And he didn't. He doesn't need that much space to generate power.
I think he looked up to Ozil.
Yo, Ryan is relentless, bro. This guy's so funny.
And yo, about Foden, like he also learned from like 2 of the best midfielders, when De Bruyne and
David Silva.
David Silva.
Yeah, that's
he
a big
sat
fact.
back.
That's a
They
big
didn't
fact.
loan him.
And Pep as a coach.
And
He
Pep
Wait, who was the
watched
other
him.
one? Who was
He
the other
watched-
one?
David
You said
Silva.
Seba and who else?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Like,
okay.
And
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
how
yeah,
they
those are the
interchange.
shoes, though.
Like
They have so
they
many.
interchange, and I
Yeah.
think that's what really helped his game. And like credit to the whole City system because players usually have a strength, and then teams play to that strength. You know what I mean? Which is what's happened with Saka. Like we understand that he is great on one side, and it's just like, yo, let's play to that. Let him develop that. Foden has had to in that City team, like, yo, wherever I get in, because before Foden, you had Gundogan, was like, yo, I need my spot. Gundogan was, and even Mahrez. Like players on the City team are just like, yo, I can't slip up, and if the team needs me to play on this side or that side, like that's what I got to do because it just won't happen. Like if I sit here, I'm gonna sit here forever. And as a young player, you're like, oh, I'm sitting here because I'm young. They're always gonna look at me like, oh, you're just gonna sit there. Don't worry, you got time. And he took those chances and like he's locked down his spot.
Yo, that's what I like about City. There's like constant competition. You don't know
In
who's
every
gonna
line.
start. You don't know
Yeah.
who's gonna start.
In every line of this team.
Like
It's
every
nuts.
position is up for grabs.
It's nuts.
FIFA fair play.
Right.
Hey, look, Raheem
And
Sterling.
they have
didn't
the
even
money
play.
to pay those fees. It's unfair. But
And they got the lawyers to break the rules.
yeah. It's true though. We thought that weren't they banned from buying players in Europe, and then like it just got overturned.
they got banned from the
Champions League.
Champions League too. But
Yeah.
then Rich told me that those
They got
never hold up.
overturned.
Yeah.
They
No,
got
they never hold
overturned.
up.
Yeah.
Why
I
don't
was
they ever
surprised
hold
the
up?
Chelsea one held up that one
the
half
Chelsea
year.
one was held up.
Mhm.
But it was-
They weren't
They-
able to
no,
buy a
because
player for
Roman
like a
didn't pay
year,
up.
a year and a half,
yeah.
and that's how all the young players came through. But yeah, City, it's like, what can you do? They got that Saudi money. Saudi money. No,
Yeah,
it's not Saudi money.
I
It's
think it's Qatar.
it's
Is it
Qatari
Qatar?
money.
Dubai?
The man is a
Sheikh.
sheikh. The Sheikh Mansour.
Sheikh Mansour.
Sheikh
yeah.
Mansour, yeah.
We got real. That's real money.
But a sheikh
Not no
the
stimmy
room.
money. That's real money. Goddamn it. All right. Anyway, City. Just. Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. The last tie, and maybe some apologies are in order for this one. Chelsea Atleti.
I need apologies from everybody in the room.
Ricardo, I apologize. I apologize to you.
Everybody went against the grain and
Apologize
told me
to the
my
Blues.
team was gonna lose.
Nah, not everybody. Wasn't that? Oh no, everybody.
Everybody
right?
did. Everybody, Atletico. And I told
You're
you,
right.
and I
I
told you.
apologize to Thomas Tuchel. I apologize to
Yo.
the whole Chelsea squad.
Yo.
You guys looked great.
Great.
Yo, the first leg,
Yeah,
when
talk about it.
Atletico went 6 in the back line, I'm like, yo, what are they
Well, they
doing?
started a 3-5.
No,
they started a
it was
3-5.
6. They tried to do 3-5.
They showed
too.
you guys
Yeah.
too much respect, bro.
No, they just wanted to play for a tie and go for the win at
home.
Stanford Bridge.
Yeah, I don't like that type of ball.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I want them to take out away goals, kind of. But I feel like
you
they
would have
need-
thought it was
they need to-
Mourinho. The coach was
Yeah,
the
it
coach.
was like they was
It's
yo,
true, yeah.
one time when we had the ball,
Defensive.
I seen a wall of 6 in the back. I'm like, yo, what are they doing? Like, play football. Like, they're really anti-football.
Yeah.
But it is crazy. Look at this.
They started with a 4-4-2.
Right, 4-4-2. And the two wide mid players are attackers. These guys aren't defending. These guys are like 5'6".
Yeah.
Damn, you're right, man.
Yeah.
Koke and Saul, like neither of them are a traditional like 6 like DM.
Yeah, no.
They're both like box to box.
Yeah, box to box.
Let me ask you though,
Hybrids.
was it that they knew that they were going to defend from the beginning, or was it that Chelsea's plan with their overloading on the wings, that's what forced them to kind of play more defensive? Like, what do you think was first?
I feel like it was more of that just Simeone's style.
Simeone's style?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at the lineup. I don't think they expected that. I think Correa and Thomas Lemar were forced to defend it. They're not defenders.
Mm-hmm.
So when they were overloaded, they were overwhelmed.
Maybe.
And already Koke and Niguez want to be on the back foot.
4-4-2. That was the first formation in football. 4-4-2. That's traditional. You get a mix of offense and defense, right? I think they weren't expecting what was going on Chelsea's wings. These two guys were not prepared for that.
Gotcha.
And that's a testament to Tuchel. Like I said before, mixing up the old and the young players. Like the wing play has been smart from them, having Alonso in there and Azpilicueta. Like just like they played smart. I think unfortunately it just exposed everything that was needed to be exposed from Atletico. And
Are they still in first place in the league?
By
like
hair.
3 points.
They're still in first place.
They gave up.
They gave up 10.
They gave up 10. They're like
10.
They
How
weren't
many
like
games left?
ahead? Wasn't it done?
Yeah,
they were 10
We were
points
laughing
ahead.
last time.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were joking. Like, damn,
It's
a
crazy
shame.
how it
they're
could
running away with the league.
It just Simeone, there's questions for you, bro.
I think he's done, bro. I don't think there's anything
it's
he can do.
They
I
should
think it's
part
time
ways
to
with
move
him.
to part
Yeah,
ways.
I agree. They got a stadium out of it. They got it. Hopefully, they get the league, and he could go out on a league and say like, "Yo, I disrupted the monopoly or
He
the
should join
duopoly."
Spurs. They're a perfect match.
Yo, we're gonna get to it. This guy's hilarious.
That bicycle kick by Giroud.
Oh yeah.
Giroud is a big
we'll get to
game.
that.
Giroud's highlights. When Giroud retire, his highlights. He's gonna his highlights and his stats. One of the all-time leading scorers for
I'll tell you
Arsenal. One of
something.
the all-time leading scorers for
He hit 100.
France.
He hit 100 goals for Arsenal.
Yeah, he's one of the
100.
all-time leading scorers for the big clubs.
They
big
talk shit his whole
institutions.
tenure.
And he's got some of the most beautiful highlight goals ever. The scorpion kick, that bicycle kick was fire.
I don't have a kid, but when I have a kid and I show him Giroud's highlights, he's gonna think he's the best player.
That's
ever.
what I'm saying.
They
Like when he was on Arsenal,
They
like
think- they
his highlight reel.
Nicolas Pepe.
All right.
Yo, Ryan is a clutch. I can't do this. Yo, I can't fucking. No, but you make a good point, man. This guy, he knows how to score goals, man.
And
He
he's
does it.
come off the bench. He was doing it at Arsenal in the twilight of his career. Not the twilight, but like the tail end of his Arsenal career. He was coming off the bench and still scoring goals. And he's still doing it. He had a hat trick in the
No, he scored 4.
four in the
Sevilla.
group stage. Yeah.
Against Sevilla. Like another thing that I peeped from the first leg, Mason Mount is Chelsea's best player.
Yeah.
Like the way he presses the ball, like he has an engine that
It's
not
true.
allowed.
And it's
not
creative, and it's not just like, yo, I want to press the
about
ball and do
N'Golo?
something with it.
N'Golo.
Oh my God.
N'Golo
He turned
too.
back the clock,
But
too, on the
he
second
turned back like
He gives Mount that platform to be able to do that.
exactly, but Mount because N'Golo didn't play the first leg,
Oh yeah, you're right.
but Mount
I'm looking at it now. Like, yeah, he's not even on the pitch.
Mount like that game, that was the best game I ever seen him play as a Chelsea
Yeah.
player.
I mean, a lot of the Chelsea players finally play like what they're supposed to play. You
What they're
guys,
getting paid to play.
$200 million after you had that ban. And like Lampard was just fumbling the bag with all that talent. Granted, there was some injuries.
Like I said,
right?
vibes. He uses vibes.
Yeah. And with the young players, Cho played really well
Yeah,
too.
Cho played good.
Really well in the midfield. I didn't even know he was a midfield player like that.
He's a winger, but
But he was in the midfield playing good.
Tuchel's just like testing things out, like
And it's working. He has. I saw a stat
It
where
was
he
working
has
for Emery when he came from PSG as well.
fair point because this point, Tuchel has the most. He just established the most unbeaten games as a Chelsea manager. It's like 13
Bro,
games.
we went 20 games unbeaten. with
yeah,
Arsenal.
and Emery had 22 games unbeaten. But these are something's working. So it's like it's a testament to the coaching style. Like whether it's Tuchel coming from his pedigree or Emery coming from his pedigree, something's working. You're taking a
whenever
group of
a Chelsea
players.
coach gets fired and the guy who takes over, they always do very well in the beginning.
Yeah, because they have all the money with all these good players. Yeah. So like Rich said, it's just vibes. Where the vibes are bad, it's like toxic, and these are young players.
Another thing that I noticed is that like I said with City, there's a lot of competition for the positions. Chelsea now has that. Like before, like for example, Zuma was playing every day under Lampard. Now you can't even.
You should have competition. You guys own like 100 players. You should have competition.
Yeah, we win though. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys are playing on Thursdays. We play Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, not winning the Champions League.
Oh, you don't think so? After we spank Porto,
I put money on it.
I'll put my money where my mouth is, man.
And that'll bring us to the draw that was announced today.
Richie knew the word on the street because he called it. He said they wanted Porto and they got Porto.
Porto Chelsea.
Of course, he wanted the easy route.
Of course. I want my team in the Champions.
Do you think it'll be easy?
I don't think it'll be easy, but I think we'll get the job done. Because like it's a quarterfinals. I feel like everybody's gonna come to play.
But you guys still have to fight for top 4. You're still in the hunt for top 4.
Yeah,
but
if a lot of games. Yeah. I mean, it is a lot of games.
Are you still in the FA Cup too?
Yeah. You play Sheffield.
A lot of games.
Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
I mean, any team that's still in the Champions League and is in the race for qualifying for the Champions League in their domestic league, they're going to go for the Champions League.
It's true. Okay. Like they're going to prioritize Champions League no matter what.
Like, but they don't want to, let's make 4th place. No, let's win this shit.
Yeah, but it's really questioning their depth though. Like, do they have that depth?
I think
it's a knockout competition.
Yeah, I think so. I think we have that depth.
You think you have that depth, but you have that squad built. In the second leg, that was your strongest squad that I've seen.
I don't think so because I think Chilwell is better than Alonso. Chilwell didn't play.
Okay.
Jorginho didn't play.
Okay.
Mount didn't play.
Okay.
Thiago Silva didn't play.
You're right.
So that's 4 people that, when healthy, are gonna be there. So I think we have the squad depth.
That's a very good point.
Hey, listen, we doubted you last time.
I'm listening to you just forever now. All right, so
a blue, true and true.
Yeah.
Yes. I support Chelsea the Blues.
Next tie.
Since 06.
For the court, yeah.
Since Jimmy Floyd
when they got taken over.
We got taken over
Roman Abramovich.
We got taken over in 03. Since when I first watched English Premier League and I seen a black striker that was kind of big and strong like me,
Henry.
I was like, no, Henry's light skinned. I'm dark skinned, bro. I seen a dark skinned striker up there. I was like, yo, I like this team.
Fair.
He's been Chelsea's bad racist, but anyway, continue.
Next,
every team's racist.
Quarterfinal, Man City, Dortmund. That is a fucking tie.
That's a juicy tie.
Yeah, that is nuts. What do we think?
I love it because we've been praising cities, how they've changed their mentality. Credit to Pep, how they're more defensively stable now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to test right now.
Yeah, you got to test. Yeah.
Deal with this guy.
Yeah.
Deal with this guy who's in form and he's hungry.
Not just him, too, because a lot of the other players on Dortmund are lethal players.
I'm sure Sancho has he wants to get some type of revenge. Well, I don't know revenge. But did he leave like in
No, he left their academy.
The academy.
He left their academy.
Because
he was surplus to what they had when they brought Mahrez in.
I'm not sleeping.
It's true. I mean,
I don't know because City is sus in the Champions League.
No, I don't know.
Sus.
But I think that's why they have to go for it this time. That's why I think.
I just hope he doesn't try to do some outrageous thing that he never done before.
But that's what he's
no, that's a good point.
Do.
Like this is like what I said last time. Yeah, he's like Pep hasn't got the Champions League with City yet. It's the only thing that's missing now. And I mean, it's still to be seen. It's still to be seen in Bayern too. It was a project missed. What?
I don't think Dortmund had. Who are the center backs? Who's
Dortmund,
on their
like
Hummels?
Kanji?
Hummels?
Some like Swiss dude.
Are they going to stop Mahrez? Are they going to stop De Bruyne? Are they going to stop Gundogan? Are they going to stop Sterling?
The thing that I like about City is that they're getting goals from everybody like the midfield.
Yeah, we were just saying with Foden.
Yeah, like they don't even have their striker is even hitting.
So crazy. Remember, like we just talk about City, how like their defense was sus
for years.
But that dude Diaz
their
came
best
in.
Player, like arguably, is a freaking defender now, bro.
Yo, like I said,
like
PFA
City,
player of the year.
City flipped the switch. They flipped the switch. Like they're holding it down defensively. Like
That's
Yeah, it's a good question because it's also, can Dortmund weather the possession-heavy game of City? And, like, City would just knock it around and like, do 22,
I don't
32
think so.
pass goals. Yeah. I mean, Dortmund's
But then
keeper
again, I
has
don't
had
know.
some great saves I've seen over the last season.
He's
but then
gonna get a couple saves
But
off.
then he's also, like, given, like, their defense has given up. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I think Dortmund, if they can get off to that flying start, and then
That's what they're gonna need, and they're gonna need luck. They're
yeah.
gonna need like a red card or something. If not, it's boys to men. End of the road. It's over.
But,
Finito.
Yeah.
but if Haaland
my heart says Dortmund, but my mind says
if
City.
Haaland wants to make a statement, this is a statement where he comes
He's
out.
gonna make a statement for them to buy him.
In the quarterfinal,
In the quarterfinal against Man City, the favorites to possibly win the whole thing, along with Bayern.
Yeah,
Watch him score
they-
a fucking hat trick.
yeah,
we're gonna be laughing next time when they get spanked.
Yeah. I still think City.
I still think City also.
Yeah.
yeah. My mind says City. My heart says Dortmund, but my mind says
Let me
City.
say Dortmund because we messed up last time.
That's right.
Well, if it's Dortmund, I wouldn't be surprised because, again, City has
I'm
been
not surprised with
sus.
any
Pep-
team
Pep
at
has
this
been
stage.
sus.
At this stage,
Right, they deserve to be here at this stage. Like we said about Porto, they deserve to be here. So it's like it's a testament to how they've played and who they beat.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
All right. Liverpool, Real Madrid.
yeah.
This one, I'm have to,
Legacy
you have to
matchup.
come up to me tomorrow because this is only one that I still can't make my mind.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Why? And this time I'll give you some time and some space
Well, no,
to make the argument for
Just-
Liverpool.
I'm gonna say the same argument that I said last time, where it's league form goes out the window. They know what it feels like to win a Champions League.
I mean, so does Real.
Of course, they won plenty,
Yeah.
but they're missing that guy.
Okay.
They're missing that guy.
But do they need him?
It's only the quarterfinals. It's only the quarterfinals.
But it's just like they're missing that guy. It's just like, can Liverpool just go in and batten down the hatches and have everyone come back and defend as if Real was like that powerful? Like, yo, they'll
What's
hurt
gonna
you
be the
from
battle? What's gonna
but
be the
that's
main battle?
Right, that's a good
It's
question.
the
Like,
what's gonna be the battle?
what style are we talking about here?
The
Like, is it a
midfield?
midfield?
Real
I think-
Madrid?
I think Real Madrid has better midfielders.
Oh yeah, but like we were saying before, there's no identity in the midfield that's aside from like defensive or like reliantly defensive midfield in Liverpool, unless Thiago has his breakout game that we've been talking about, where like Thiago just manhandles Kroos and Mudryk and
I
like
think it's Liverpool's front three versus Madrid's back line. Which
Madrid's back line is.
are they convincing?
No,
The back line?
Yeah.
Madrid.
Are they
I don't think so.
convincing?
I don't
Real,
think
I mean, you know, you
I'm
can't
leaning
discount
towards, like-
Sergio Ramos' experience, his like the
His
his
he knows-
leadership.
I think
Besides
Rich
him.
said
Besides him.
I mean, but it's him though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's what he says. So if he's playing, he's gonna control that back line. And I think Rich said it. He said it a while ago, and we've talked about it amongst ourselves multiple times. He's the master of the dark arts. You know what I mean?
know
He
that.
knows how to do that, and he's gonna know. It's tricky though because you have to really close down not only the front
You know
three
who
but
else is
then
a
the
master?
wingers too. Yeah.
That whole front three is diving experts of Liverpool.
Yeah, Sane and Salah.
Yeah, Salah and Salah.
They're gonna clash and both fall.
God, this is a rematch of the final
Yeah, where
3 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years ago,
Probably so.
where Sergio Ramos
Master of the Dark Arts.
took out Salah quick and was like, "Oop,
You're gonna do it again.
What did you
My
do?
bad.
Dislocated his shoulder, broke his arm.
my
It's
bad."
okay, your shoulder.
Bro, that's my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, "Oops."
I respect it. I'm not even gonna front.
I don't.
I kind
I
of respect
don't.
it a little
I
bit.
kinda
I hate it because even at the Ballon d'Or where he like tapped him on the shoulder and was like, "Yo, my fault for that." It's like, "Yo, yeah, asshole."
No, but
yeah.
I like my
That's-
center backs to be fucking roadmen.
Yo, I want my center backs. I want my center backs and my six to be fucking killers.
Yeah, but there's like there's
I would
there's a
step on
finesse
your-
in
I would
that.
step
So you
on the
have
baby.
like
If
as
I
much as I
need
hate to say it, like you have Davinson and then you have like Sol Campbell. The both animals. But one's gonna kick the shit out you.
Yeah, you're right.
And one is gonna get called for the foul, and the other one's not.
Right, it's just smart. Like you have a
Yes.
smart
like Patrick Vieira.
dog and like a rabid dog.
Ask anyone who played in that
So
era.
you're saying Davinson's a rabid dog?
Yeah, he doesn't have like that finesse.
Yeah.
Like Patrick
And Ramos
Vieira.
Ramos
Patrick Vieira
is,
too.
yeah.
He's a
Felipe
dog. Like
Melo?
ready? Like
They did.
no.
Felipe
Like,
Melo
yo,
was crazy.
picture this: two of the same players in the same position / style, but different approaches to the game. Patrick Vieira versus Gennaro Gattuso.
I'll take
Okay.
Gattuso.
They both
Okay.
dogs. They both
Yeah.
bite. They both dogs and they both bite.
One don't care if they
But
get in
one
a
is
car.
openly like
This is a fucking.
one
More of
is
a footballer.
one is openly rugged and the
Yeah.
other one's slick, glancing. But they're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
But I think you could. How tall was Vieira compared to Gattuso?
He's probably like 6'1", you think?
Vieira?
Yeah, Vieira's tall.
You got tall guys that like fight like
no, tall
Busquets'
players
is
look
finesse.
more elegant though. I think.
Busquets is finesse.
Like when a
Yeah,
tall
he's
player
finesse,
is
yeah.
nice. When a tall player, like Yaya Toure when he would dribble,
Yeah.
they just look more elegant. Like Paul
Yeah.
Pogba when he's dribbling, he just feels like he's
Yeah. No, you're right.
gliding.
All right. So
That's a-
I would
that's a tough
say,
one, man. I don't know.
We've been we've been like delaying the prediction, but I don't know. I'd probably say Liverpool.
As a
Even
Rangers
though
fan.
they're missing Van Dijk and they've been missing players, but that hasn't stopped them in this tournament. So I'm gonna
I
say
think
Liverpool.
I'm going to stick with Real.
Okay.
I think I'm going Real because
Yeah?
I feel like those young center backs with Benzema up there, I don't
Yeah.
think they can handle.
Yeah,
That's
good point.
fair. Okay. How about
They get
you,
a
Ryan?
yellow early.
Oh well,
And they're
I said
sick.
Liverpool, but like you asked me why, and it's like I'll give you a well thought out answer why.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm gonna act like someone's like using my prediction to bet, and I'm gonna say Liverpool.
Got you.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, you don't sound too confident.
What
there.
it doesn't matter. I was
doesn't matter.
confident last time.
Yeah, but nobody knows anything. All right, the final tie and a repeat of last year's final, PSG Bayern Munich. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm going for the upset.
What up?
What is the upset?
Yeah.
I think Bayern's
Okay.
more of Bayern's a defending
will be the-
champions. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Neymar is gonna come back and he's gonna have his coming out party. And he's
He didn't
hey,
play in the
yo.
final.
He did play in the
That was
final. He
nice.
did play in the final, but I feel like
Pause that.
Oh, he did play in the
He did
final.
play in the
play
final.
Play in the final.
But I
Right,
feel
yeah.
like him coming back from injury, he's gonna be hungry. He's seen what Mbappe does, so he's gonna have to. So
His
he's gonna have
sister's
to,
party's over.
Yeah,
He's back.
He's back.
Oh, no,
You see what
man.
Mbappe
Bayern. Yo, did you see that derby against Dortmund?
Third
Yeah.
classic.
Oh, I heard
They
about
scored those 2 goals in the 80th after Haaland came out and scored 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. Like, PSG can come out, Mbappe, Neymar, boom, 2-0. It's quiet for
That was a little
Bayern.
weird to me how they broadcasted that game on what's it?
ESPN Plus.
ABC.
ABC.
Oh,
Why do they ever put soccer on ABC?
because they're part of the ESPN family.
Yeah, but why?
No, because
What else? What else was on?
More people could see it if you think
All
about
right.
it.
The point I'm trying to get at is that game was like
It was
extra
a
lit.
great game, though.
Yeah.
That was
Those
a lit game.
their
Match
classics
fixing.
are
And I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the best games I've seen
Yeah,
all
it was
year.
a great
Match
game.
fixing.
And I had to tune out, and I saw that like Bayern scored those last 2 goals in like the 80th plus minutes. So it's just like again, PSG could come out, all signs point to the upset, and Bayern could just like, yo, you give a whiff of the ball to Lewandowski, goal.
Yeah.
And you're back in the tie. I think that one's gonna go to extra time. Like
See-
I think that is like an extra tie. Like Bayern is gonna either like I don't know, man.
So I
really
like to
don't.
bring
We
up
have
a
2
point.
finals.
I want to bring up a point. Yeah, we do have 2 finals. I want to bring up a point we didn't bring up last time, and maybe this would
Wait, what's
factor
on
in
the final?
here. They're not doing the away. Like what stadiums are they playing in?
I think they're playing at their home stadiums. I think.
Are they back to going
'cause
playing in their
Chelsea
home?
No,
played
that's
at
good that
home.
you brought that up. Last time
We didn't even mention that.
was it? Well, I know for Europa League because I'm like obviously I follow Arsenal. We were playing in neutral venues.
That was the whole controversy with
Yes.
like Atletico and
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This last round, they all played in their respective stadiums, correct?
Yeah.
So
I thought they
I
did it.
think I think they no. What I think what it is, it depends on the country if they have restrictions on coming into the country. That's
well,
what
I think. All right.
Oh,
I would
wait,
think
So
the
all the
Athletic-
bum teams got out now. So like now big countries are in it still.
No, like,
so
like,
they
like,
have no restrictions.
I think because UK has a different variant, so I feel like
That's right.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
Spain.
What
like,
is the
block
variant,
people
Richard?
coming. Spain blocked people coming from England to come into the country.
Wasn't that between? So that was only between Spain and
No,
England, though, right?
but the
But those
players
other
have. There was like something that they were able to still travel based off like exceptional athlete, like something like that.
I don't know.
Because there were pro athletes that were able to like bypass those restrictions.
Wait, did you guys play in Greece yesterday?
Uh,
No, we played at home.
You played at home.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
played at
guess you
home.
guys can't go into Greece, but Greece could come into England.
No, we played in
Athens.
You played
Yeah,
in
we
Athens?
did.
And it's just a coincidence that the previous round we played in Athens.
We
as
played
well.
in Athens too against was it Italian team. Who did we play in the round before that?
Really?
Who did we play before Olympiacos?
Sheesh.
We can look it up right
Forgot.
now. I got you. We did.
I
Well,
don't know, man. We've been
let's
winning so
finish-
much
let's
lately.
Just finish because we're gonna go into Europa League right after this. So we're not just to kind of go back to the point. Is everybody playing in their respective stadiums?
I think so.
I believe so. I haven't heard anything. But
So then Bayern would finish that tie in Germany.
yes.
Yeah.
Now, does it matter anymore? Like, how much do we even factor in home field advantage at that point? Because like,
I feel
Bayern-
like
especially because there's no crowd.
there's
right?
no crowd, so I
Right.
feel like there's no home field advantage anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, speak to, I don't know, like the leagues. How much have you seen the lack of fans affecting the game?
It has.
I think it
think
has.
so?
I
It
think
has.
so.
But
Real quick.
Liverpool
Arsenal played
gave up-
Benfica last round.
Oh, Benfica, that's
Okay.
what we played.
Um,
Liverpool gave up. They've never lost this many games
No, yeah,
at Anfield.
yeah.
Anfield was a fortress, bro.
You think? All right. So
Since
home
lost
field
this
advantage
is out
has
the
been
window. Hell
I
yeah.
don't,
the advantage has been lessened because of the lack of fans.
Absolutely.
We could all agree on that.
yeah, and I also
Okay.
believe.
Is it still a slight advantage
That they're
Probably.
in Germany a little bit, maybe.
in Germany?
Probably. You know, your
Well,
team
they-
doesn't.
they-
Your
in
team doesn't
Germany?
have to
Yeah.
travel. That's about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm,
Locker
Yo,
rooms, like the
Bayern,
same locker
PSG,
room.
man. I don't know. I really
Locker
don't
I'm
rooms.
know.
going PSG.
I'm gonna go.
Gun to my head, I would say Bayern.
Oh, we didn't predict yet.
Yeah, we haven't. No,
Gun
just
to my
because
head.
we don't
Gun
know.
to my head, I said Bayern.
I'm going PSG.
I predicted Bayern to win the final. They did. Their form, not only form, just form in every competition, the solidity of their lineup, the strength of their players. They have the best number 9 in the game right now. I think it's Bayern, bro.
Yeah.
I think PSG, like they have that. What PSG has, especially if Neymar comes back for this tie, is they're mad. They're angry. They know they lost that final. So now
Yeah.
they have the
They have
experience
that,
of
that
playing
chip
this
on their
team.
shoulder, yeah.
You know what I mean? They have.
But you
that.
know what? That just came to mind. Not to say too long on this tie. I think PSG's midfield isn't there, and Bayern's midfield, because they're a system, can fix that. So it's just like the midfield will control the game because PSG, who do they have in the midfield?
Verratti.
But he's not an offensive
Rabiot.
player. He's not.
No,
He's
They
a-
got
he's a
that
Juve.
Argentinian dude. Paredes.
Gay?
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. So what that will happen a lot is Neymar will have to come find the ball.
He'll have no problem.
Right, he will have no
No
problem. But then Bayern will just say, "Come, try to attack us," because you know that once you give up the ball, trying to do step overs, because you're gonna depend on your athleticism.
You guys
and not-
don't think PSG is gonna challenge them over 2 legs?
I do, bro.
I-
Do you think it's gonna be a close tie?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a close tie, but I
But
think
you can,
Bayern,
like-
yeah. Now that I said,
Like
now I
without
really
a
think
doubt,
about
you
it.
can say that you feel comfortable that Bayern's gonna get through.
No.
But it's
Well,
gonna
I'm
be a
just gonna
close
pick
tie.
Bayern.
It'll be a close.
Oh,
I
okay.
said extra.
Yeah, all right, all
I
right.
said extra time.
Yeah, hell no. I think extra time, or it might even be like cerrado. Like, and
I think we're agreeing on
won't-
this.
Yeah, yeah.
2 teams. I mean, like both teams as is. Let's say playing equally.
Yeah.
Bayern should win.
Should.
The only reason they wouldn't is if something happens.
Yeah, if something crazy
Okay.
happens.
Or like Richie said,
Okay.
Neymar just shows what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know he is capable of, and
And
Mbappe
then-
does the same.
How many
Okay.
nutmegs you think Neymar's going to catch Alfonso Davies with?
Alfonso Davies is
Over-under.
athletic.
Three of them.
Over under.
Yo, we didn't even talk about Chelsea Porto.
We did.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Oh my
Chelsea.
bad.
Yeah. All right, so that's the that covers Champions League past and future. We're gonna give you those are our predictions now. We don't know what's gonna happen in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see. Moving on to a tournament that's just as exciting, maybe even more exciting than Champions League a little bit, is Europa League.
Because you really don't know who's gonna win that shit.
Yeah, we don't know, and we're gonna let's just jump right
I
to
don't turn my
the.
TV on Thursdays.
Let's
All
just,
right.
yeah. Let's just
Now
shut
mine.
up, Rich.
Yeah, I'm
God
lying.
damn it.
You were just in it last season.
All right, I know, right?
Champions League.
All right. We're just gonna go right. We're not gonna dive too much into the games that passed. Well, we can discuss them as we discuss the draws. Yeah. So we're just gonna go right through them and then we're gonna discuss them. So Granada versus Manchester United, Arsenal, Slavia, Prague, Ajax, Roma, Dynamo Zagreb versus Villarreal. All right, United. I think we can comfortably say is gonna. I mean, you like just
Yeah, a
No,
healthy,
yeah,
a
yeah,
healthy
yeah.
United has to cruise through Granada.
Now,
a healthy Bruno.
No,
A healthy United,
A healthy
because
United.
you won the tie with Pogba coming back.
I was very surprised he came back so strong.
I like the way he froze the keeper because the keeper didn't know.
Exactly.
The keeper didn't know when he was
kind of like he
gave him that little shoulder fake and he just froze it, and that's when he kicked.
A healthy United.
That was illegal.
I'm surprised it wasn't a penalty.
United's been playing, bro. They're playing. Like, we're going to stay in second,
that first leg, though, Milan got that goal called off. The ref was not playing for y'all. I don't know.
Credit to United. They were on the back foot heading into the second leg because of Milan's late away goal.
Yeah.
Credit to them getting through 1-0. Yeah, picked them up. But, yeah.
Yo,
like I said, a healthy United, all things clicking, they should make it through comfortably.
Who does Granada have? Don't they have Kennedy? They have Kennedy, right?
Yeah, from Chelsea. He's still a Chelsea player.
Fried chicken.
He's still a Chelsea player.
I'm out of here.
Nah, but he might catch someone a nutmeg too.
And then
United is sus defensively. United sus defensively.
I don't think anymore, man. I don't think, especially with if you get I've always been critical of Lindelof. I've always been critical of Lindelof, but I feel like he with Maguire they make a good pair, and they have really good fucking left and right backs with Wan-Bissaka, with Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka.
To score, they have to be upfield.
Wan-Bissaka doesn't really, you know what I mean?
But you guys will be all right. I'll tell you why. You guys are probably going to get at least 2 penalties over both legs.
By the way, I'm going to speak on that, by the way. We get so many penalties because we're comfortable playing in the box. Like, we're getting there. You know what I mean? Like, we're mixing, we're kind of playing, we're in the box already. You know what I mean? Wait, no? Go ahead. Somebody disagree. Somebody do it.
Diving.
No, it's just ridiculous amount of penalties.
No.
For whatever. You're attacking to get in the box to get the penalties. You only get penalties by being in the box. Fair point. I'll take it. It's just a lot of them are. It's just there's so many that you have any way to angle to.
I'm saying anytime that something becomes a running joke, there's
some truth to it. Yeah. But what I was gonna say is that you guys are sus for a goal regardless. Henderson is still not super proven. If you keep a clean sheet, it's surprising.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because Milan, you guys went through on that tie. What?
2-1.
2-1.
2-1 aggregate.
2-1, yeah. Aggregate.
Shouldn't have been. Milan should have had more goals than that, right?
Milan scored at
they didn't score at home, bro.
Yo, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just sus. Like, you guys go through on whatever, but you give up goals. So it doesn't shock me. So that's why I say it's like you're sus. May you give up a goal? Probably. But will you win? Yes.
Sure. I think that's true.
And that's fair. That's a state of where you're at. That's why there's a 10-point difference between you guys and the top when you're circling around second. It's just like, you guys are not solidified defensively.
I feel like they are because they try to play counterattacking football. So you have to be solid, somewhat okay at defensively to play counterattacking.
But I'm talking about clean sheets. Like, it's known that you're not going to give up a goal. At this point, like, it just showed that, like, you have to keep a clean sheet.
But who would you... All right, so I guess my question is, who would you attribute that to the most of all the defenders? Or maybe even the midline?
I don't even know because you've switched out. Now you're starting Henderson. De Gea is clearly, like, shown.
Well, in Europa, they start Henderson.
He was hurt. De Gea's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't even know. Maguire, to me, is just... He's not top tier. Like, I still don't think Maguire's top tier. Lindelof shows that he has, but I think he needs a good pair. They still need some. Maybe this is where they start to show. If they make a run to the final in Europa, it's just like, they can mesh well and like see out those games. And it's like, no, this is what we need y'all to play. And then like Luke Shaw and like Luke Shaw is outstanding this season.
Yeah,
but that's because he's going forward. Wan-Bissaka, most tackles in the Prem.
And
great
defender. He didn't get called to the England squad.
Great defender.
He didn't?
He didn't. I mean, it's
so
Trent and who else?
Reece James.
And no.
Reece James?
No. It was
not Kyle Walker.
Trippier.
Trippier.
They call it Trippier. It's like, everybody's kind of saying that it was like between Trippier and Wan-Bissaka. I don't really look at it like that. I just think you have to call Wan-Bissaka.
I would have.
He's a great defender. Yeah, he's a great defender, but he's not doing much.
They were saying he wasn't a great defender earlier in the season. He was better of attacker. He's better quality.
You don't have a finishing product. You don't got crosses.
He's not a good defender because the defender is not supposed to make sliding tackles all the time.
He just got them legs.
That means you're
effective, but those are last-ditch efforts. You're not supposed to be out of position.
That's an interesting way to put it, but why are you out of position? Because you're trying to attack.
Yeah, but you're still not supposed to be out of position.
I agree. He's not the best attacking right back. I think that's true.
And I think that's just the state of
That's
of
not a
footy at
knock
this
on
stage.
his skill
Yeah,
set
I'm not even
because
trying to knock
this
it.
is a new
Right.
skill set. Like
Yeah.
this is a new wave of the game where you depend on your wingbacks for like to
To
aid
make
in
it
attack.
wide and to put
You
in
think
crosses.
Brazil? You think Brazil brought that into the game, or
That's a very good
I
point.
think they always had it, but I
That's
think
a very good point. Like a Marcelo, like a Dani Alves, like, yo, you could defend world class and also bomb up and like put a cross on a dime. So yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka has to decide. Like it hasn't been figured out.
Zanetti, you got Ivan Ramiro, you got
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Colombia's also employed the
Maicon.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, United through.
Well, the
Granada,
best.
sorry.
Yeah, United through.
no, that was simple.
Yeah. All right. Arsenal, Slavia Prague.
Arsenal, I think we go through, but it'll be painful, like every other tie that we have.
Who did Slavia Prague play in the
Slavia
just now?
Prague beat Rangers.
Oh, dude, that fucking game. Did you see what happened in that game?
Nah.
yo, when he got kicked in the face.
Yeah, that guy got kicked in the face, bro. I was on the phone with John, and I was like, dude, yo, the craziest shit just happened. Oh, yo, he's bleeding. He's bleeding. It was
Yo,
nuts.
shout out to
What
John.
ended up
Shout out to
happening?
John.
I
Yeah,
got you.
shout out John.
Shout to
Yeah,
John.
John
Shout
was
to
good,
Coast.
bro.
Shout out to Coast. Shout out to
And
Cole.
Coach too, man.
And
Shout out to
Paulie.
Skrilla.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Skrilla P,
shout out to
man.
Skrilla, man.
United
All right,
sucks.
so let me get this shit going. Yo, this guy sucks.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. It's on paper. Everything on paper seems comfortable. I'm glad that we have players that are hitting form at the right time. Young players in those key positions, and there's a number of them. So we're able to we have some rotation,
Yeah.
and we're not depending on our star man, Alba.
Yeah. I think it's just down to Mikel. Mikel has to just decide like what he wants to do and like throw all his eggs in the Europa League basket and like start the strongest 11 from the beginning of the game. When we start with a strong 11, we are the team that we're on paper where
But the question is, what is your strongest 11?
Not only that, I can probably count on one hand the amount of times that he started an 11 that
And
I
we're
was
like, yeah.
completely that's the guy who needed to start at this time. He hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Remember on the last episode, I was like, he has that footballing brain, but he has that Wenger arrogance.
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you, what was the whole controversy with him not playing
Alba?
Aubameyang in the derby? I
They
never
have
understand
he's pretty strict on team rules. So Alba had been late to a couple of team meetings prior to that. So as the captain, you have the responsibility. You have to lead by example.
Yeah.
And also, credit to Arteta. It doesn't matter if he's a captain. You're going to get reprimanded equally as the other player. So he had to sit. He didn't follow the rules. He had to sit.
And he didn't play him, and they ended up still winning.
Yeah.
I give him credit for that, but it's interesting the arrogance that you talk about. Maybe he's just trying to kind of establish that dominance as a manager. Like he's trying to figure out the lineup. Also,
There's a balance because, all right, maybe you nurture some players, right? Let's say Eddie Nketiah, for example. He played him so much when he was playing like shit, and you have Lacazette who's in form, and then you bench him for no reason, don't play him. And then you bring on Willie on every game, regardless.
Stubborn as fuck.
Right. It's like there's no sense in that. You have Martinelli, one of the most promising young talents in the world.
At least young Brazilian talents.
At least was all right, come on. The kids
On your
Come on,
team,
the
not
kid's
in the
good.
world.
all right.
Just say on your
He
team.
scored on Chelsea. Anyway,
He's right.
a nasty goal too.
That wasn't nasty. It's just because
All right.
Conte slipped.
We get
anyway.
through. We get through,
That's
and
your
I'm
legacy.
glad because we have a favorable draw. At this point in the competition, the brackets are set, so we avoid potentially Manchester United, Ajax, and Roma.
I'm glad you brought that up. What are the brackets? Because I haven't even seen the Europa League brackets.
Yeah, it's Roma, Ajax, United, Granada,
We're in the NIT.
and then
Arsenal,
Right
Slavia,
there.
Prague.
Arsenal, Slavia, Prague,
The
and
Emery Derby. Good evening.
Villarreal, Dynamo Zagreb.
On Paramount Plus.
Which will be fire because it'll be if we go through, when we go through.
We will.
Villarreal could probably go through against Dynamo Zagreb. It'll
I
be
don't
a Emery reunion.
No,
With
don't
Arsenal.
sleep on Dynamo Zagreb.
Yeah, I was
I'm
watching those
sleeping.
goals
They
on
took out Spurs. Spurs
Yo,
is ass.
don't.
What do they have?
Don't
Or
sleep.
what do you see in them? Because I don't know.
They just have that Eastern European
I mean, so does Slav.
strength and Like they're not gonna be pushovers.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to
Any team that got someone named Vladimir on their starting 11, they're not pushovers. Or Boris.
Yeah, but they're good
coming
for,
with it.
Yeah, but they're good for red cards and dumb fouls.
Yeah,
Like,
but
So are we.
Another thing that I think,
Xhaka.
another thing that if there was fans, the way their fans are
they're
is so
rabid.
They're rabid. So it would give them so much more energy.
if they were
and,
letting
like,
people-
That just got me
Yeah.
tight. We weren't able to bring Mkhitaryan to the Europa League final because it was in
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
and he's Armenian.
They got
Armenians, they
clipped
got
4-1, brother.
beef.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you listen.
still living in the past.
I hope one of us. I hope either
Where's your
United or
card?
Arsenal win this fucking.
No, I hope that's the final.
You guys are
that
gonna
should
make
be
the
the
top
final.
4.
That should be
I
the
hope
final.
that's
We
the
need
final.
this.
Bro,
We
I
need this.
told you
Yeah.
to win the Europa League and you didn't do it, bro.
You know, if it's
I hope you
Man
do
U
it this
Arsenal in the final, we're gonna smoke y'all.
year. Listen,
Arsenal's good for that
You
one-off
guys
game.
had a
Are
full,
you gotta be sure, bro?
you guys had a full healthy 11
Bro, we should
against
live
us.
stream that.
We got a full health. I'm down. You guys had a full healthy 11 against us, and we played you away, and you guys couldn't score on us.
Was the
And
last
we
game
had a-
0-0?
Yeah, but we were a depleted
That's what I'm saying.
squad. And you guys were a healthy squad, and you were playing at home, and we hit the crossbar like
There
you-
is no home away. We established that already.
Yeah,
We established.
but in but in classic games like that, it's still in the player's head. Like, yo, I'm going to Old
Gotcha,
Trafford.
okay.
Like, I'm going to a stadium where it's just like, yo, I know that they're not gonna want to let me win here. Period. You know what I mean? I
Should
think
be
in,
every stadium.
That would be a really good final. I don't agree with you that Arsenal is going to body United. Definitely not. Especially when you have the players that United have. Also, we have the experience of actually winning this competition.
fair, but you won it.
I mean, I
with
wouldn't
with a
expect you to say we're
transitionary
gonna
squad.
body you.
You guys
I
won.
wouldn't expect
You
you.
guys,
He
no,
just said
body. He said we gonna body you.
I know, but I wouldn't expect you to
I will put my
agree.
money on we will body you if we
I'll
go
put
to
my
the
money on
final.
United.
Yo,
bodying
honestly,
Arsenal.
yo,
Nah,
Pop,
you're bugging.
I wouldn't even speak so early, man.
Nah, we're talking about
because
as
they might
fans
not
in
make
this
the
room,
final.
right? As fans in this room,
Bro, you got
If it gets-
Boris is gonna fucking put some fear in y'all, man. Boris and fucking
yeah.
Vladimir.
But let's talk about this. If it comes down to it,
butcher.
Arteta has got the number on all these coaches.
The top
The-
6
yeah,
coaches.
he's proven somehow that's what's got him to stay where he's at because we've been floundering mid-table. We're lucky to finish top half of the table this season in the Prem. Arteta every
still
time
needs a
against a big coach, he's won. He's tactically won. He's picked the right squads. We just did it in the North London derby, demolished tactically Spurs.
yeah, we
we
played
did
them
it
off the
against
pitch.
Ancelotti when we played Everton. We did it against y'all when we played you at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? We've done it against Klopp in big games. Like Arteta, for whatever reason, whatever magic trick he has in his bag has like come good on those big games. So if it came down to a final, track record speaking, and obviously as a biased fan, I'm gonna say Arsenal. Because on our day, like when we go and we're firing, like when we looked against Tottenham, we looked dangerous. We looked good. Partey looked good. Xhaka looked good. And that Alba wasn't even playing. Laka looked good. Saka is a problem. No one is holding him down. You know what I mean? Like individually,
probably the best
it
game I saw you
clicks.
guys,
Like
yeah.
when we click, that's always been Arsenal's thing. When we click, no one's fucking with us.
The same
But
with United.
it's just, but then
Same
at
with
the same,
United.
That's every team. I
That's
think.
every
They
team.
click.
But
Every
the thing
team
is,
you
even
click.
like this, the
right.
point
So
you're
if it
making
comes
with
down to that final, I think that's what would happen.
the point you're making with Arteta, you can easily make with Ole. But with Ole, I think the example, it's a better example just because he's in second. Everybody's talking about who's at the wheel. He's in second in the Premier League. And everything that he's done in the Champions League before, like last year, he beat Paris. He beat PSG in Paris when there were fans there. He beat all these people. Like he's beaten teams already. So
Yeah.
and he kind of is understanding like who he
Yeah.
has to play, who goes who.
Staying in second
the
and showing that
yeah.
like you guys are in top 4 has proven that whatever Ole has had long term in vision has panned out
Yeah.
well. But
And United
talking about
have-
Arsenal
yeah.
United because we're Prem fans, we're biased,
Sure,
we're
I mean, that's
Arsenal.
what it is, yeah.
We're Arsenal United fans, and we hope that this is going to be the final. I just think that like given the last matchup, we just look better than y'all. Like just I don't know. You guys are
the
dependent on
very last matchup, like
like
just
let's
the one you saw,
let
like, a
me let
week
me
ago.
ask you it this way, and you could ask it right back.
Sure.
If it's United, Arsenal, Europa League final, and Fernandes is injured, how confident do you feel?
He's like, why would it be?
Let's
injured?
just say for the question, right? Because you could ask the stat back and say Alba's injured.
injured?
I don't even think Alba's your best player anymore.
My point.
I don't think
my
Alba's your
point.
best player anymore.
If it's
Who? Alba's your best
if United, Arsenal are in the Europa League final, freak accident, Fernandez is injured in warm up or in injury, right? Knock on
diving
wood, I would know.
accident.
Right.
I think
What would you say? What would you say? You'd be like,
I think
"Damn,
our chances
that's rough."
would-
But
yeah,
if
our
you say,
chances would
if you say,
yeah.
yo, like North London derby, Arsenal need to win this game. Half an hour before the game, I get text from my friends, yo, Alba's sitting. We still won.
That's
decisively,
different, bro. That's different.
decisively.
It's different because they're different players. It's different because they have
Arsenal
different
is a derby.
functions.
United Arsenal is a
but
big game.
But Alba hasn't been playing all that great this season. He's not even your best player no more.
He's also not even the main service. Like he's the finisher. Bruno is the 10. And that's the thing. Like United finally have like an actual 10, and he brought the energy back. If he gets injured, it would decrease our chances of winning 100%. It would. But not 100%. It would decrease them, but
More
I
than
still
it would
think
decrease our
United
chances if we
would
lost our
pull
best
it
player.
through, bro. I
Okay,
mean,
so let's say you take out Saka. We still win. Pepe did damage against y'all against you.
so now we're talking about depth, right? Now we're talking about like, all right, if we remove this player, who could you put in? So you're saying
Assuming that both of our teams get to Europa League final, whoever's
Assuming,
listening
we're
to
jumping
that's a
so many
Zagreb
steps.
fan,
Like, we didn't even
that's
talk
an
about
Ajax fan,
Villarreal
yeah.
and Baka.
Can you bring up like a recent game where Bruno didn't play, and how did you guys set up like formation wise?
Off top of my head,
I think they'll just swap Bruno in on Pogba.
gotta call Skrilla.
And
Arsenal's playing consistently like with a 10 now.
Well, with Odegaard
Yeah.
has come in and then like him
Smith
and
Rowe.
Smith Rowe. I think it's just a more balanced team. Like that's what that. If Pogba wouldn't have been in against Milan, you guys would have went to extra time and what? You think you would have won? I don't know. The first leg it didn't pan out that way. You were sus in that defensive zone and you gave up a goal.
Speaks to our depth though. Pogba came back, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cavani hasn't been playing. When Cavani comes back,
Fair.
That's
Thinking about
the other
going to
Fair.
Boca Juniors. Man.
Yeah, his foot, he's got one
His
foot out
foot
the
out,
door.
yeah.
He's got one foot out the door. But yeah, Europa League, aside from I don't know, Zagreb, yes, Eastern Europeans, they have that grit to them, but I think the quality will shine through. Villarreal, I think they'll just finesse them out. Arsenal rematch with Emery will prove a point. Emery's going to play to our defensive. Arteta, I think he'll outclass him. United will go through. Ajax, Roma, I don't know. Roma could upset
that's
Ajax.
right. I didn't even see that one.
Ajax, I don't watch the Dutch league. Any Eredivisie fans? I don't know.
Did you see how Roma
Roma
looked in the last games?
I haven't been watching Roma.
I've just watched like United Arsenal games. And
Yeah, it's still
and
Europa
Spurs.
League at the end of the day.
Does Ajax have anybody like worth mentioning? That
Tadic.
could probably-
Tadic.
David
Dusan
Neres.
Tadic, right?
Yeah, and they got
David
Neres.
Dave, yeah.
Oh, he's still there.
Yeah.
No, I think Italiafico, yeah.
Jeez, come on, man.
he's good.
He's good.
No, Ajax,
Yeah,
if they
nigga
win, we won't be
Argentino, right?
surprised.
Yeah, nigga regular.
I mean, Ajax United, you feeling super confident?
I was
That's
gonna
a
bring
very
that
good
up.
question.
You know what I
That's a very
mean?
good
Like,
question.
if it's,
I think we'd still win, bro. I think it'd be a trick. I think it'd be a difficult tie for
red
sure.
card. Penalty.
Yeah, watch Fred get a red card. Fred would be the one to get a fucking red card or something. But if everybody's healthy,
But
everybody's
also,
good,
Ajax
we could
has been
beat them.
sus in Europe and given up silly things. Like they had in the bag for two years in a row where like, Ajax could go through. They gave it up to Juventus, and then they capitulated. And who else did they capitulate to? I forgot who else they played the year before that. Oh,
Lucas
Spurs.
Moura.
Spurs.
Lucas Moura.
God, the worst DVR
God
I've ever
damn.
watched, bro. Scored that goal in the DVR, just like I saw my reflection, like Spurs are going to a Champions League final. Like I was so sick.
Yeah, you guys were sick.
But they
Esco
lost, and
was
they
stressed
lost,
at
and
the
it
final.
felt better though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Ryan was stressed at that
That
final.
was
Bro.
sick, bro.
I had my phone ready just in case I was gonna record it, waiting for Spurs to win.
I would.
It
And
would've
I
been-
was going.
It would have been Arsenal's like worst week because I think it was like
Yeah,
that.
we got
and then something else.
eliminated.
Yeah,
no, we
yeah.
were eliminated from
From Europa.
Europa.
To Atletico.
No,
to
no, we
Chelsea.
lost.
To Chelsea.
Oh, we
we
lost the
to Chelsea.
final.
Yeah,
to
that was
Chelsea.
the
the Europa League
Europe-
finals
that
a
was
few
the
days
all
before the
British
Champions League
4-1.
final.
Yeah,
that was
that
the all
would've
British
No, no matter the
final.
score, we
4-1.
lost. All right.
Cotton.
Fine.
Giroud scored on us.
Yeah, he did
I took
score,
off
right?
that game. I went to the city.
And he said,
Yeah,
"Thank
we
you,
watched it
Arsenal."
together, right?
Yeah.
I
Yo,
think I
this
took
dude,
off.
I went to the
this dude
blind
tried to
pig,
cut it off
RIP.
when it was like 2-0. You know, you watch a game with Ryan. This dude be walking all pacing up and down. Like, bro, sit down. Just take this ass whooping, man.
It's all good.
All right, guys. Just to sum this up a little bit. All right. So United, Granada, United. Dynamo Zagreb, Villarreal.
VJ.
Villarreal.
Yeah, I'm going Zagreb.
Okay, cool.
Which wouldn't be shocking, but
Yeah, we'll see. Arsenal, Slavia Prague, Arsenal. Ajax, Roma. I'm gonna go. Damn, I'm gonna go Ajax.
I'm
But
going
that's
Ajax.
I'm
that's
going
hard,
Ajax.
yeah, I'm gonna go Ajax too.
And yo, listen, we're jumping a lot of steps, but if the final's May 26th of Europa League. If the final is Arsenal, Man United, we will live stream that game. But
Yo,
we can't live stream. We can't live stream the game. What we will do is live stream us watching the game.
Comment on this if you want that to be.
Yeah, please, because that will happen, and it'll be mayhem. So. That's gonna be fun. Hopefully
wait.
everybody goes
Hopefully you guys
through.
get
Hopefully
through,
that's
man.
what it is. Yeah. Hopefully, you guys get through. Hopefully we all get through, and then we can make that happen for everybody and for us too.
And then whenever the Champions League final is, when is that? Like May 29th?
Nobody care about that.
May 29th. When we will see Chelsea. We'll see Chelsea there.
I don't.
Yeah, you guys might have a foot in the semifinals.
In the
but
semi. Yo, that's crazy. See, because that's the thing, right? Once you're in the
that's a draw.
quarterfinals,
Yeah, once you're in the
now
quarterfinals,
you're
it's
like,
anybody's game.
Yeah, anybody's game.
And Chelsea's got depth.
Maybe
They're in form at the Chelsea is in form.
Kai Havertz is trying to show his money.
Ziyech is scoring. Ziyech is getting involved.
Yeah, it's
I mean, the
exciting.
only one that's suffering right now is Pulisic.
And Werner. He still can't score. He can't buy a goal.
Yeah, he can't buy
he
a
can't
goal.
buy a goal.
that's exciting.
He's just got submit to the hype. People hyped him, and he came to a team like Chelsea. And
No,
it's just
but he's
unfortunate.
1 year,
contributing,
Pepe needed a year.
Yeah,
He's still not
he
even
could-
fully settled.
Next season, Timo Werner could be early contender for Golden Boot. For all
I
we know,
thought he was going to win Golden Boot this year.
because he was balling in
balling.
was it Frankfurt?
Nah, he was at Leipzig.
Oh, he was out. Was he on Leipzig
Yeah,
too?
he's on Leipzig. But like he can't buy a goal right now. Like, but he's still contributing with assists. He has a lot of
No,
assists.
and he has. I just think his decision making and it's like his youth, a whole, a new country, a new system, a new coach. I think all those things have
I feel like
contributed
his
because
decision-
he's made it like he has runs where I've texted him like, how did he not finish that, bro?
But I also feel like the midfielders don't even look for him sometimes because I see him make some great runs and
Yeah.
it's Kovacic with his head down, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, like, Timo Werner just made a tremendous run. You should have gave him the ball.
I heard
Yeah.
that's Tuchel's favorite player, by the way, or not favorite
Kovacic?
player, but
Yeah,
like
he's
he
one of the-
respects him a lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
Who, Werner?
No,
Kovacic.
Kovacic.
Oh, Kovacic?
He said he'll come and train. He'll call him at 2:45 and he'll be at the training ground at 3 a.m. ready to go.
That's what's
Probably
up.
lives nearby.
Man, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Closing thoughts from everybody. What do you guys think?
Spurs are
overall.
trash.
Up the chest.
Oh,
Yeah, we didn't
Besides
even
that.
get into that.
Spurs are trash.
Was it
That
worth
is your
mentioning?
legacy.
This is
Nah, I
something.
think get it in there for John.
It was just kind of sad
I feel
to see.
so. For who? That was
It
so happy. I
Just
was
in
so
general,
happy.
it was
Mourinho's era
cringeworthy
is
because like it's like
done.
the guy does a hat trick and they're like they were ahead and then they like pan the camera to Mourinho and he's stressing. It's like this is not
It's
good.
the mentality
It's
of the
just
club.
Can I just
like
say,
I
though-
mentioned
This is
before.
the
Can I just
Spurs
say-
way.
Yes.
Bale looked good that game. That's like probably the best game he's looked, but it wasn't
Because he
enough.
was MIA against us.
You talking about?
the last game they played again,
Spurs.
like the one that they just lost.
Oh, they just lost.
Yeah.
To the team that
To
coach got.
Zagreb.
The team that the coach went to jail the day before.
And nothing. Well,
That's
Insane.
That's
Insane.
crazy.
they couldn't even rally behind that.
I like
Spurs,
that.
bro.
Those are the closing thoughts. Spurs is trash. Everybody thinks we hate Spurs. I don't listen. I don't
know.
hate Spurs.
I hate Spurs.
I'll let it be known.
Okay.
I do, and
James
it's
is
no, I
quiet.
do. I hate Spurs. I hate Spurs.
They're entertaining.
Yo,
That's how I
but the
feel
thing I
about
don't
them.
Watching
understand
like a
is
Greek
why.
tragedy. But not even.
They are. It's
I don't
entertaining.
want to end it like that. Let's not end it.
Yo, I
hateful.
don't even understand why. Like
It's almost like
all the
I-
Americans pick them. Like
Yeah.
that's their team.
Yeah.
Because Americans don't know soccer. Yo, it's like I almost enjoy them losing as much as us winning. That's how much I dislike that team.
I told
Yeah,
my
it's like the
boy,
Red Sox.
my boy who's a Spurs fan, every time they capitulate, they do some dumb shit. He's like, I'm
Often.
done. He's like, I give up on them. I'm like, yo, if I had a point for every time you text me that, I'd be top of the league right now, bro.
Exactly.
It's just entertaining.
It's a passionate sport with passionate people.
Yo, I don't think no sport moves people like soccer or football.
I agree,
does.
and that's why.
Because I
the
think
best
it's
sport.
because you're focused the whole game. The whole game and the whole season
Yeah.
you're focused. Because like there's been seasons where you're just like, yo, this early goal is gonna cost us in the goal
But I think you're
differential.
like-
This early call is gonna cost us like that's the point. And it's just like even
Not
even
only
in
the
champions-
engagement, like the engagement of the game while it's live, but like how the game transcends the sport. It's like
It's a culture.
you live it. You live it. Like I cried. Probably.
Yeah, my
Soccer.
weekend is
Probably
set on
soccer.
like how my team
Yeah.
does.
Yo, if Chelsea lose, I'm like I can't. I don't want to do nothing the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I feel you.
Ball is life, and this is Ball O'Clock. Thanks everybody for listening, and thank you
Spurs
guys
suck.
for being with us, man.
Peace.
Appreciate
Peace,
you, bro.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Peace.